One thing I've learned after working with contractors for years is this. Most of them aren't short on skill, effort, or honesty. They're short on time. Every day is a race. Job sites, quotes, invoices, suppliers, questions from clients, changes in the schedule, unexpected problems, and the little fires that pop up constantly. And if you're a contractor listening right now, I want to ask you something simple. How many hours a week do you spend on actual paid work? And how many hours do you spend just trying to keep the whole operation moving? That question hits hard for a lot of folks, because the truth is, most contractors work far more than they need to. Not because they want to, but because the business side eats up more time than the job itself. And that's exactly why today's episode matters. I want to walk you through 10 practical ways contractors are using ChatGPT to save time, reduce stress, and yes, make more money. Nothing fancy, nothing unrealistic, nothing that requires you to be a tech expert. Just real-world examples and strategies that contractors are using right now to run smoother, faster, and more profitably. And before we dig in, I want you to think about something. What's one part of your business that frustrates you the most? Is it writing quotes? Is it dealing with clients who ask the same questions over and over? Is it chasing payments? Scheduling jobs? Managing your team? Keeping track of materials? Whatever popped into your mind just now, there's a good chance AI can help you fix it. Let's start with one of the biggest time wasters, writing estimates and quotes. Most contractors don't realize how much time they spend rewriting the same thing over and over. ChatGPT can turn that into a 5-minute job. You can feed it the details of the job, the square footage, the materials, the labor expected, and it will generate a clear, professional quote you can copy, paste, and send. And because it learns your style over time, you can keep everything consistent. Imagine cutting the time you spend on paperwork in half without losing accuracy or professionalism. That alone can add hours back to your week. But what makes this even better is how customizable it is. For example, if you're a roofer, ChatGPT can write your quote in roofing language. If you're an electrician, it'll talk like an electrician. If you're a landscaper, plumber, painter, builder, doesn't matter. You're not getting some generic template. You're getting something that feels like you wrote it yourself, only faster and cleaner. Another way contractors are using ChatGPT is to write follow-up messages when clients go silent. And let's be honest, that happens a lot. You send a quote and the client disappears. Instead of rewriting that polite reminder every time, ChatGPT can craft versions that sound natural, respectful, and professional. Something like, just checking in to see if you had any questions on the estimate I sent over last week. Simple, clear, no pressure. And you don't have to think about it. Then there's communication on the job. Clients often send long texts filled with questions or concerns. Sometimes they're not even sure what they're asking. ChatGPT can help you turn those unclear messages into something readable with bullet points, clarity, and suggestions on how to respond. That means fewer misunderstandings, fewer delays, and far fewer headaches. Now, let's talk about scheduling, a part of the job that can get messy fast. Contractors are using ChatGPT to create scheduling plans for the week, the month, or even for individual projects. You can give it your workload, your team size, and the estimated time for each job, and it will help you build a schedule that actually makes sense. It won't fix unexpected weather or supply delays, but it will help you start with a solid plan so you're not constantly guessing or juggling appointments last minute. Something else that saves a surprising amount of time is writing job descriptions. If you've ever hired help, even just part-time or seasonal, you know how annoying it is to write a job posting from scratch. ChatGPT can create clean, accurate descriptions based on the type of work, the experience needed, the pay range, and the expectations. And you can ask it to adjust the tone, friendly, direct, formal, whatever fits your business. But let's move into more profitable territory, upselling and cross-selling. A lot of contractors are losing money simply because they don't have the time or the habit of suggesting add-ons that clients would gladly pay for. ChatGPT can help you identify easy, reasonable upsells that match the job you're already doing. If you're doing a kitchen remodel, for example, it can suggest upgrades like under-cabinet lighting or soft close hinges. If you're repairing a roof, it might suggest gutter cleaning or small fascia repairs. Nothing pushy, just professional recommendations that make sense. And this isn't random. ChatGPT analyzes the job and gives you tailored suggestions you can present to the client in a clean, confident way. Even a small upsell here or there adds up across the year. You're already on site. You're already doing the work. Why not offer something that improves the client's result and increases your revenue? Another powerful use case is documenting the job. Contractors often struggle to keep notes, track changes, and log what happened on a project. ChatGPT can turn your voice notes into organized summaries. You can talk into your phone at the end of the day, messy, unfiltered, half sentences, and ChatGPT can rewrite it into a clean job log. That's not just helpful for your own record keeping, it's also useful for clients if they ever have questions about what was done and when. This ties directly into contracts and agreements. Many contractors rely on short, informal agreements because they don't have time to write detailed ones. ChatGPT can't replace a lawyer, but it can help you draft clear, simple agreements that outline the scope of work, the timeline, the payment structure, and the expectations, so you reduce disputes and protect yourself. Now, let's shift into something that can dramatically improve your marketing without costing you anything: writing social media posts. A lot of contractors know they need to be online, but they don't have the time or the energy to post regularly. ChatGPT can take your photos, before and after shots, progress updates, final work, and write quick captions that sound natural. Things like, "Wrapped up this deck rebuild today. Solid structure, clean lines, and weather-resistant materials for long-lasting use." Done in seconds. No thinking, no rewriting, no guessing. And if you want to target specific neighborhoods, types of clients, or types of projects, you can prompt it accordingly. You stay consistent online without sacrificing your evenings. Another time saver is client education. Contractors spend a lot of time explaining the same things: how long something will take, what materials are better, why a process is necessary, how to maintain something after installation. Instead of repeating yourself 100 times, you can have ChatGPT create simple explanations you can send to clients whenever they need clarity. You could even create a library of answers to common questions. Imagine the time that saves across a whole year. Now, one of the more advanced but incredibly powerful uses is helping you price jobs more accurately. ChatGPT can't tell you your exact labor rate or material cost, but you can give it your numbers, your typical markup, your crew size, and your estimated hours, and it can help you calculate a price that actually reflects your time and expenses. It keeps you from undercharging, which is one of the biggest profit killers in the trades. Another interesting use is writing emails for difficult situations. Maybe a client's expectations shifted, maybe there's a delay, maybe you need to explain something that didn't go as planned. These conversations can be tough to word correctly. ChatGPT can help you craft calm, clear, respectful messages that protect the relationship while also protecting your business. And because you can ask it to match your tone, it won't feel robotic or stiff. Let's talk about suppliers for a moment. How much time do you spend emailing suppliers for pricing, availability, or alternatives when something is out of stock? ChatGPT can help you write those messages quickly and neatly. You can also paste supplier responses into ChatGPT and ask it to summarize key details so you don't miss anything important. Another simple but powerful use involves safety. If you need to share safety reminders, instructions, or guidelines with your team, ChatGPT can help you create clear notes or checklists you can print or send. It's not replacing formal safety training, but it definitely helps keep everyone aligned. Now, here's something that surprises a lot of contractors. ChatGPT can help you review client messages to understand tone and intention. Sometimes a client sends a text that sounds sharper than they meant. Sometimes they're worried, not angry. Sometimes they're confused, not upset. ChatGPT can analyze the message and help you respond in a way that keeps things calm and professional.
That kind of communication can prevent small misunderstandings from turning into big problems. Let's bring in one more example before we wrap up part 1. Contractors often underestimate how much time they spend making decisions throughout the day. What to do first, who to call, what to buy, how to plan tomorrow. That's a lot of things to keep straight. ChatGPT can help you organize those decisions. You can outline everything on your mind, and it will help you structure your priorities, create a to-do list, or plan your next steps. It's like having a second brain to help you think clearly when things get chaotic. And that brings us to the end of part 1, where we've walked through several ways contractors are using ChatGPT to make their days easier, cleaner, and more profitable. In part 2, we pick up right here and continue deeper into the practical, real-world strategies that help contractors save time, reduce stress, and build a stronger business. And the funny thing is, when you give ChatGPT